Hi everybody. Today I am going to solve the today's Leetcode problem, valid mountain array. So in the problem statement, it is given that we are given a array like that. We are given a array 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 or 1, 10. So we have to find that if the given array is a mountain array or not. So first of all, we understand what is mountain array. So mountain array is just like a strictly increasing and then decreasing. It is important that this is strictly increasing. It is not like that if it is increasing then it is constant and then decreasing. So this is not a mountain array. In this problem, it it is given that given a array and we have to check that whether that array is a mountain array or not. If it is a mountain array, then return the true, otherwise return the false. So in this problem statement, in these test cases, it is given that 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 1 and 0. So it is given that it is strictly increasing like first 0, then increase, then increase, then increase, then increase, and after reaching certain peak, then decrease. So it is like a mountain array, like strictly increasing and then decreasing. Then in that cases, we have to return the true. But if I consider these cases, then it is strictly increasing till now. Then it's constant, then again increasing, then decreasing. So it is not like that strictly increasing. Strictly increasing means that there is no any constant or decrease in between. If they achieve certain peak value and after that if they decrease, then that is considered as the strictly increasing and strictly decreasing. So in these cases we have to return the false. Okay, let's see some test cases like it is given that 2 and 1. So if I consider 2 and 1, then see what happens. See, if we have 2, 2 and then 1, so it has only a strictly decreasing value, not any strictly increasing. If I consider this 3, 5, 5, so if we have 3, then 5, then constant. So there is no decreasing part or it also has constant part. So we have to return false in this case. Now let's see some more example in the whiteboard. So suppose if I take these things like if I take this array like 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 1 and 0, then in this case what I did, uh, this is considered as the strictly increasing because if reaching this peak value 5, it decrease, and if I considered a strictly decreasing function, then it has only decreasing part, it doesn't has an increasing part. So in this case we have to return false, and in this case we have to return the true. And if I consider a strictly increasing array, then in this case we have no we have only increasing part, there is no any decreasing part, so this is also not a mountain array. So in these cases we have to return the false. So what are the approach behind solving this problem? We can solve this problem using the two pointer approach. So let's understand how to solve this problem. Suppose there are two person. One person started climbing the mountain from I is equal to 0 position, and another person start climbing the mountain from j is equal to n minus 1, where n is the length of the array. Okay, length, or you may say that size of the array. So what happens if when we get any increasing turn, then we move forward. Suppose that if we have first we have 0, if we get any climbing part, then we move forward. If not, then a stop at that position. Okay, and also take care that if I doesn't reach till the null. So if we get 0, then we climb. So now we are at here. Again, the next element is greater. Then again climb. So now we are at here. I is equal to here. Again, we get the greater element than the previous. Then again climb. Then we are at here. And again we get the greater element. Then again climb. Then we are at here. Then after checking the element, it is not a greater, so we stop at this position. Okay, and again the second person climb from the end. If we get the greater element, then we climb here. If also get greater element, then climb. Then j is here, and also the next element is a greater, then climb here. And when we get a smaller element, then a stop. Then what happens at the peak point? Both person reach at the same point. So if I is equal to j, then in that cases we have to return the true. What if the mountain is strictly decreasing, then what happens? So according to the algorithm we have discussed, we have two-person, one start with index 0 and other start with index last position n minus 1. If some person, yeah, if the next element is greater than the previous, then climb the tree, else not climb. So here the next element is not greater, so this person doesn't climb any step. But what about this person? This person climb that step because the previous element from this is greater, so climb this step, again climb this step, again climb this step, so on it comes here. Then what happens? J is also at 0 and I is also 0. Then in that case I is also is equal to j, but it is not a mountain array. So we have to check, also check the ith position, that I should be always greater than 0, then the mountain array should be formed. And this is also a condition like I is equal to j. Let's check some other condition when the array is strictly increasing. Then according to the algorithm discussed, two-person, one start with 0 index and another person start with j index, j is equal to n minus 1. If the next element is greater than the previous element, then climb one step. So here next element is greater, climb one step. If next element is again greater, climb one step. 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 Next element is again greater, then climb one step. So I is also pointing to n minus 1. So in this case also I is equal to j, but this is not a mountain array, so we have to take care of j value. Okay, so if the j value is at n minus 1 position, then it is not considered as the mountain array even though I is equal to j occur. So j should be less than n minus 1 in this case, and in this case I is greater than 0, and for every case I is equal to 0. So when we should return true, if I is equal to j and I greater than 0 and j less than n minus 1, this condition holds simultaneously, then we should return the true, else we should return the false. Hope you will understand this problem very well. So now let's try to write submit in the lead code. So let's code. Okay, so first of all what I did find the size of the array. So this can be find using the size array dot size. After that take one person start with 0 position and other person start with in minus 1 position. Cool. And after that what I did, run a loop till when I less than n minus 1 and I less than n minus 1 and array of I is less than array of I plus 1. It means that the next element we got is greater than the previous element, then we make one step. Similarly, if j greater than 0 and array of j minus 1 is greater than array of j, then in that position we climb one step from the previous. Okay, and at last we have to return. So while returning, first condition is like I is equal to j. Okay, and also check the condition that I should be greater than 0 and also sorry I should be greater than 0 and j is less than j is less than n minus 1, then we have to return the true. Okay, so if anyone is not satisfying the condition, then this cases return the false, otherwise we return the true. Let's try to run this code and see what is the result. So see, it is accepted for this test cases to 1. Let's try to submit this code. It is submitted for all the test cases. So